Greetings. Today we have Dr. Adhavan, a marine biology scientist from Sathyabama Institute of Science and Technology. His past research has encompassed various aspects that include application of marine bioactive compounds, coral reef restoration, developing technology of seagrass restoration, capacity building, and bioresources assessment. At present, he is working on coral reef assessment and coral translocation in UAE waters. Good morning, sir, and thank you for joining us today. And the first and foremost question for you is, what is marine biology and what do marine biologists do?
Okay, thank you for this opportunity, Mr. Sakti. And yeah, what is marine biology means? Like marine biology is something what we study about the marine organism, about their physiology and how they interact. That is basic marine biology. And what we do in the field is like we study the something related to biological oceanography, physical and chemical, and geological oceanography, and how these organisms are interacting with them, and how this is how the process is going on. That is what we do in the field.
Yeah, it seems really cool. And what interest led you to choose marine biology?
Okay, to say frank, like after my undergraduation, I was into like during my undergraduation, like it was my microbiology, and I wanted to go into medical field. So like I was trying to medical field, and my sister, she advised me, like most of these guys, I mean microbiology guys are going to medical field. Why don't you try different? So I asked her what is that. So that time this our college, they were offering this marine biology, and I was fascinated about this underwater photography, videography in we used to see in National Geographic and Discovery Channel. And like my sister motivated me a lot. We can do this. And then the college where I joined, that is also it was really awesome, and the course like attracted me, and I moved to that field, and I totally changed my career towards marine biology, and now I'm fully into marine biology now.
That's great. And what is the most exciting thing in marine biology?
Most exciting thing means like whenever we go into the field, whenever we go for diving, like we see new, not only diving into the about the sea as well. We used to do survey in the intertidal region, and the fish market, and the fishery survey, and fish landing center. Whenever we go, we find something new, like it will be new for us to learn. And moreover, like it will be some, at least it is if not the new organism, some concept will be learning from the this field. So that is really exciting for us. And like I advise all the people, like the people who are not not from a marine biology background also, like they if they visit beaches or any intertidal region or subtidal region, they'll find something new and interesting. This is something like it will attract. That is what, like it will be fascinating. Yeah.
So, do you have lots of hands-on work?
Yes, I think.
Yeah. So, what kind of hands-on work do you
Yeah,
do?
we do. See, biology means it is not merely if you take biology, even it is terrestrial or marine or anything related to lab. Like we have a lot of hands-on work uh, in the lab, as well as in the field. What we do is like whenever we go to the field, there is a difference. If ordinary person visits the beach and if a marine biologist visits the beach, there will be a difference. They'll be I don't know, like ordinary person, they'll be seeing okay, waves, action, sea, and sand, that's all, and shells. But we see like what are the life, and what are the interaction, and how this the dynamic of the beach, and the organism, how they interacting with them, and what are the climate change impact, and how this is changing, for past and present, and in future how would be the how the like organism and beach pattern will be changing. Those things will be observing. And we also like whoever comes with us will be interacting with them and will be teaching them. It is not something like teaching, like we'll be providing them some information about the beach, so it will be interesting those people to visit beach as well. Yes, I think.
That's really good. And what
Yeah,
are the
yeah.
hardest and the easiest part in marine biology?
See, hardest or easiest, everything is depend on how we take. Biology is not like generally biology is not a very easy thing, as well as it is not very hard thing. It is depend on your interest. If the person is not at all interested, and if we are like forcing him to take biology means, then it is difficult for him. And if the person is totally interested and he is going to the field, it's a general biology, not only for marine biology, it is for zoology, botany, or medical field, anything. It is based on the interest. If you're totally interested, nothing is difficult for you. Everything will be easy, but there are some challenges. If you go to the field, you have some challenges. Like based on your experience, you learn how to tackle it and how to overcome those challenges, and that is part of your career. And we cannot say because of this I'm not going to the field because of this. like uh, we have solution for everything, but still we have some restriction. For marine biologist, like we cannot go to the field whenever we think. For intertidal region or some other terrestrial or based region, we can go like that. But uh, for marine region, we have to depend on the tidal activity, and we have to depend on the weather condition. So weather will be good one day, weather will not be good. So like there are a lot of many days we have cancelled our trip due to bad weather. So those things are challenges. Yeah.
Yeah, I completely agree with you that it depends on each person. It's based on their interest and passion that makes it easy for them. And yeah, what brings you back to your job every day?
What brings me back to my job is my day-to-day work. Whatever I do, like we have to document, and like many things. Like if we read new articles, there are many new articles coming every day. So those articles, if we keep on reading, and many ideas we'll be getting. So like there are a lot of researchers working on this field. So we'll be getting more idea, and this is what we say, like that is for a biologist. We have to achieve new thing. That is aim for the biologist. And we have will be recognized only with our publications and new invention or discoveries. So these are the things like boosting all the biologists to come back to go to their jobs and all. Yeah.
And how often do you have dull work days? And how do you overcome it and refocus your attention?
Dull works, yeah, dull works. It's for a field person, working in the lab is not that much it is not that much interesting. So like we do have lab work. For example, for marine biologists in our field, if we take a sample or any organism, we have to work on the taxonomy. So taxonomy, we have to again to start from the scratch. We have to be in the lab. So we should use a lot of manuals and keys to identify the organisms. And again, it is at some time it will be boring. And once we go to the field, we don't feel any dull day when we into the field. In the land and in the lab, we may feel some days are dull. But once we go to the sea, and once we enter into the lab, enter to the sea, that is really a good day for us.
Yeah, working underwater is really cool. And yeah, are you still able to eat seafood after
Yeah,
working
that's
so
correct.
closely with marine animals?
Nice question. Actually, see, there is once we go to the field, we'll be exhausted. Like marine biology work, like after diving, we feel more hungry because we there is a lot of mechanical work. We we'll be doing a lot of work, and in the boat itself, if you go empty stomach, again you'll get seasickness, you'll puke. So again, we you should not go with the empty stomach. And seafood are the only source we get in the field. And we cannot when we are doing research, normally we used to take a fishing boat in India, but in UAE and all, we have research vessel. They have some restriction in foreign countries. But in India, if we go to the like a field, some fishermen will be accompanying us. They'll be like, when we are doing our field work, they'll be doing fishing. And we used to eat fish and seafood, different variety of seafood we eat. And it is not a matter of after working in marine biology, we don't eat fish at all. We love fish because we know the importance of the fish and nutritional value of the fish. It is and moreover, like, we'll be feeling more hungry during our work, so we have to eat something. Exactly.
So, describe your day-to-day life as a marine biologist.
Okay, day-to-day life means like at present I'm in academics. So like in Sathyabama University, in a month, 10 days we'll be in the field. We have a base station in Rameshwaram, Gulf of Mannar and Park Bay area. So we'll be covering the field situation. Like during our field work, if the tide is like, if the low tide is in the early in the morning, we'll start early in the morning, and we'll go to the field, and we'll start assessing the seagrass or corals and fishes. If early in the morning, if we have high tide, then we'll go to fish landing centers. So like there we'll be assessing the fishes and trash fishes. And again, in the trash fishes, in the bycatch, we have a lot of imported organism also will come in the bycatch. So we'll be assessing that. These are the works we'll do. And again, like entire day, like after this after our field work, we'll go for food. And after food, again we'll take some rest, quick nap or something. Then again we'll go to the field, again next area we'll be going, because we have a very short time. 10 days is a short time to assess. So every month we'll be visiting the same place, and we'll be checking the what to say, like changes, the dynamicity of the place. So this is what we do in our work. And back into the back into the lab, again we'll be assessing all the organisms, or what are the samples we brought. We'll be sorting out all the organisms and identification, and we'll be documenting those photographs and writing documents and papers. These are the works we'll do, we'll be engaged in our day-to-day life.
Yeah, it's really exciting. And do you get to travel a lot as a marine biologist?
Yeah, that is depend on the place where we work. See, if you're working for any government organization, uh, like uh, some nodal office, so those people will be, for example, I worked in WII, Wildlife Institute of India. So there will be covering like almost all the coast of India. Like when I was in Gujarat as a marine biologist, there I was like my objective was to assess the Gujarat coast. So that is depend on the place where we work, as well as like now we are restricted to only to Park Bay and Gulf of Mannar area. So we don't we have access to Park Bay and Gulf of Mannar area, so we'll be traveling there. So traveling is not a matter for us. Like we need to we'll be fixing an objective, and we have to fulfill the objective. So based on the objective, we'll be moving. Travel will be there.
Okay, so do you typically work by yourself or in groups with others?
Again, this is depend. See, each person, we are expertise in something. For example, I am good at coral translocation, transplantation, and seagrass. And again, I like for, and one of my colleague, he is good in shrimp and coral associated shrimps, and one of my colleague, he is good in seaweed. So we will be working individually, as well as like if we want to document any or any place, then we have to work together. And for identification part, again I need to take some experts help, because there are specialized person who are well versed in identification of coral and sponges. So again we'll be collaborating with them, and we'll be working along with them.
Oh, that's great. And what is a project in marine biology that you are proud of?
You're talking about my project, the work what I did.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. My work is like coral translocation, what I did in UAE, Abu Dhabi, because that was like really challenging one. Uh, it was a part of Khalifa port assessment, and we have to translocate all the corals. So it was challenging because the port area was not authorized to we cannot move anytime like that. We have to take a lot of permission from port authorities, and we have to say like this is their corals are there, and so we have to provide underwater photography. So like the manpower we did a lot of work uh, like with Marine Biologist. We also hired like commercial diver for the photograph and other assessment and all. So we successfully completed translocated nearly 500 fragments of coral from one place to another. If we didn't translocate, those coral will go die, because that place was like they wanted to break that place, that trestle bridge. They wanted to break that, and they want to extend the harbor. So in order to save those coral fragments, we have translocated, and all are juvenile corals. So it was really good work, and it was really appreciated by port authorities as well. That was a really good one. And after that, I also got fund from Roofer Small Grant to transplant this thing, seagrass. So in this, in India, in Gujarat, we have developed a technology to transplant the seagrass, because there are standard protocols available all over the world. But it will not suit to all the places, because this Gulf of Kutch is a place where we have a lot of more sediment when compared to other coasts in India, and water current is also like high, and the tidal amplitude is also high. So based on those parameters, we have designed the work. So initially we have followed the standard protocol, but we were not successful. Again, we have modified the technology, and we to develop the nursery. So we were successful in that. So this methodology, the modified methodology, what we use will be recommended for the in the future works. So we are documenting that, and the publication is on progress for this modified technology. So our team was really happy for this. Again, it is not working on underwater is not individual work. We have to go along with the buddy, and the team member should be very very understandable. And the buddy is you and your buddy should know what you guys are doing, you guys are working on. So you should not have any controversies when you're in the field. So you person with the same mentality have to work together, and it will be a very good work. Whenever you're going into the field, there is a rules in scuba diving. You should not go alone in the underwater. You have to go along with the buddy. At least minimum 2 person have to go together. So if anything happens to one person will be helping others. So even the training also will be trained like that. If anything happen to other person, will be we have to support them. That is the thing.
Yeah, that's really cool that you have saved several corals. And yeah, so what are all the recent researches that are going on, and what impact does it make?
Recent research of mine or generally you're talking
Mhm.
about?
Generally,
I'm sorry.
generally.
General. Okay, there are a lot of recent research like see drug discovery again. Marine environment is exploited only. We can say 10 to 20% are exploited, and more have to be research has to be carried out. So most of the drugs are discovered from marine organisms, and like a lot of like in Australia, in India, and in many countries in US, many countries they are working on the drug discovery from a marine organism. At the same time, most of the drug discovered from the marine organism are not able. They cannot be synthesized in the lab. So the other option, what they are doing is like they have to culture the organisms in the lab, or they are the research is, for example, if you take sponges are like they have a lot of very good bioactive compounds, and those compounds are effective against many human pathogen, many human disease. So many scientists try to synthesize those compound in the laboratory, but many like some compound can be synthesized in the lab and some cannot be. So the other option what scientists are taken is they have started culturing those sponges. It is good to culture and harvest those sponges rather than harvesting the wild uh, organisms. Like in the wild, like already marine organisms, marine are under stress due to climate change and human impact and industrialization. So for harvesting this organism for medicinal purpose, again it will be a threat to the marine organism. It is better the people are working on the conservation as well. So research on coral, seagrass, sponges, fishes. There are a lot of research also going on worldwide. So yeah, that is main focuses on drug discovery, because again we know like during this pandemic coronavirus, discovery is on progress. So many people are trying from sea as well. Yeah.
Then, how does studying marine organisms help mankind?
How does studying marine organisms?
I
Yeah.
mean, yeah.
Yeah, okay, see this marine the pollution, whatever pollution we do is ultimately ending in the sea. So whether it is land pollution or water pollution or air pollution, the ultimate sink is sea. So see, the marine organism is playing very important role in carbon sequestration, and how for example the mangrove environment, mangrove seagrass, they sequester carbon a lot. So the atmospheric carbon is absorbed by them, and they are stored in their roots and soil. That is called blue carbon. So these carbon are sequestered, and there are a lot of associated organism along which keeps this ecosystem alive. For example, if you take mudskip, that plays very important role as earthworm in the sea. In the land. And the sea cucumber, again, it plays very important role. So for carbon sequestration and to maintain the environmental parameter under the control, marine environment plays very important role. So people, we should know what is happening in the sea and how important is the marine organisms. Simply, people are saying even for the fishes, fish, like India is the second largest like fishing country, and we have a lot of fish. Fish is food source for many people, and we are it is one of the important economy for our country. So harvesting fish, completely harvesting is not advisable. Sustainable harvesting is good. So they should know what is happening and what will happen if fish stock is depleted. So the fishermen should be educated well. So people are thinking, see, we have in the marine organisms, we have a lot of fishes, so we can go and keep on catch, and there is no sustainability. Again, sustainable fishing practice should be there. And there are a lot of associated organism along with the fishes. Some fishes are consumable and some fishes are not consumable, and many fishes like juvenile fish, we don't know why human being they need to know about marine organism is This is one of the reason. The fish what people are catching, they should know what is the adult size and what is the juvenile size. Excuse me. And the people, if they don't know what is the real size of adult or juvenile, they'll be catching the juveniles, so the future stock will be depleted. That is the reason the government of India, they have given a proper mesh size to for the fishing activity. So only the adult fish will be caught in the fishing gears. And again, bycatches are like, they are non-targeted fishes. Bycatches will be more in the like trawl fishing, because trawl fishing is something like a bag will be dragging whatever comes on its way. So the non-targeted fish, fisherman may see the shoal or school of fishes, and he'll be operating the trawl, and whatever comes on the way, even a sea turtle or dolphin or some any non-targeted fish also will be caught. Excuse me. And those also will be in trouble. And again, the biodiversity will be depleted. So main reason for this is people should know what is happening in the sea, and what are the marine organism, and how it is impacting their life. And it is really important for mankind. Again, the coral reef, it is also called as rainforest of the sea. Coral reef they are very important for the fish, because coral reef, seagrass, mangrove, they are the key ecosystem where the fishes and other organisms, they spend at least part of their life there. So for to increase the fishery, these ecosystems should be there. And many places, coral reefs are harvested and they are taken for ornamental purposes. Now, government of India, they banned it. Corals are under Schedule 1, and mangroves are not in the schedule, but still the many people, they're cutting it for firewood. And again, seagrass ecosystem, again, it is feeding and breeding and foraging ground for many commercially important fishes. So fishing gears like trawl, bottom trawl, they are really affecting this seagrass, and they are completely vanishing this. So people, if they know what is the importance of this ecosystem, and it will help their future stock, then there will be a sustainable or organized fishing practice will be there. Fishermen are the people, they should be aware of what is the importance of, apart from fishes, there are other associated organisms, they are important for our day-to-day life, for carbon sequestration and maintaining the biogeocycle cycle of our globe. That is the reason people should know about fishes. Yeah.
Studying marine organism is really important for sustainable development. And yeah,
Yeah,
so
that is
this
correct.
question may seem crazy. So what if there were no marine biologists?
See, marine biologists, I don't know, you're pointing marine biologists only the people who are graduated with the PhD in marine biology, or the people who are working in the marine biology. Uh, the people, even the fishermen, now the fishermen, the older fishermen, now we have a fish finding devices, lot of equipment, gadgets to find the fish where the fish is now the fishing department will be telling them, you you go at this nautical mile and you go at this point, you'll get fish. But in older days, there were no such a facility. So fishermen, they lived with the nature. What they do is they see the sea color, the phytoplankton, the sea color will be green. So they'll calculate, okay, based on this color, now the zooplankton will come, and based on that, bigger fish will come. The fish that feed on zooplankton will come. And now, if you operate the gear, we'll get fish at this time. So they'll have this thing. So people are working with they are working with marine biology. They are all marine biologists. We cannot say only the person who are with graduation of or PhD with marine biology, they are marine biologists. The people who are really interested, they are they do more work than the scientist. For example, see, I have seen many guys who have done PhD in marine biology, and they don't go into the sea. There are many guys, they don't dive, or they don't swim, and they'll restrict their work only with the shells or some in the beach area. So I don't know, and there are many guys who are really interested, who wanted to conserve the uh, bioresources, but they are not graduated in marine biology or PhDs, but still they are working on it. So like I don't know, like how we call them as like, do we call them as marine biologists or we are, or not? But like the main role of a scientist, like the marine biologist like me, what we have to do is we have to educate the people who are like the stakeholders who are working on the beaches or on the bioresources. So the sustainable fishing practice should be taught to the fishermen, fisherfolk, and all the tourists, ecotourism people. Like we should teach them. That is should be the main role. Yeah, exactly.
Yes, then what is the difference between marine biology and oceanography?
Okay, marine biology is something like on we'll be studying on the biology aspect of the in the marine organisms. Like see, marine organism, how they're identified and what they feed. And oceanography is it is something what we like those organisms, like how they interacting, like what are the factors that favoring the organisms. Like for example, that physical property, chemical property, chemical oceanography, physical oceanography. Apart from this biology, what are the other factors that is supporting this organism to survive? Like both should be studied by a person, and there should be they should know the interaction of this organism and their surrounding factor. That is a difference.
Yeah. What would be the scope of marine biology in future?
Scope of marine biology in future. See, now itself, from last decade, people are concentrating because concentrating on marine biology, because they see the terrestrial diversity, mostly they are exploited, and they were like most of the research have already done. So the untouched part is marine biology. So people have started working on marine biology. Not only the people who are from marine biology background, people from the biotechnology or microbiology background are also working on marine biology, marine microorganisms for drug discovery and all. So in future, the marine biology work will be more like a need of the hours. People there are yeah, see, we will be totally depend on the marine biology, marine organism. Like now, we are depending on it is equally important. So the future marine biologists, there will be need for marine biologists. Yeah,
Yeah, so it's really important to explore the marine. And
that's
what
right.
qualities and skills are needed for marine biologists?
Qualities and skills, it is same as what we do. There is no special quality or a special skills for marine biology. Skills means like see in the scuba diving, that is a part. Anyone can learn scuba diving. It is not only the marine biologist can do scuba diving. Even you can do that. Even engineer can do that. That is the leadership quality should be there. That is same as what we have in other field as well. There should be what to say, research mentality should be there, and they're sustainable utilization. Even for the scientists, we cannot simply blame only the fishermen. They are exploiting the fishery resource. Even the scientists, in the name of science, they are exploiting the uh, marine resources. So what we have been taught during our course, this thing, unless until we do something from one organism, we should not take out that organism from the sea. If I'm taking a fish from a marine environment, I should it should be only for the reason I should take the sample. I should not take the sample, and I should not keep and preserve it, and I should not waste, because it is also a life. Either I have to publish a paper on it, or I have to find something new on it. If I'm not going to do anything on it, I should not collect the sample. That is the main quality of this marine biologist. Like there are many people, they are simply whatever they see new, they are simply collecting and preserving in the formula and alcohol, and even the live organism and shells, and like many organism, even the dead organism also we should not collect, because in marine organism the shells, excuse me, I'm sorry, there's some disturbance. Okay, even in the like even if you go to the beach, 1 minute Sakti, I'll come, excuse me for a while. Am I audible? Yeah, okay. Yeah, yeah, same thing, out of curiosity many people were trying to collect the samples and they're simply preserving in the lab, and it is of no use. Only uh, only if you're going to come up with any new research or any new concept, or you're going to do something new with that, only then we have to collect the sample, otherwise we should not, they should not. That is the main quality a marine biologist should have. And apart from that, they should have a very good leadership quality and encouraging the juniors. And I have seen many scientists they don't want others to work in their field. If I'm working on coral, I don't want others to work in the same coral. So it is not like, it should not be like that. They should teach youngsters how to identify, how to what are the things to be done, because people are thinking wow, only they know this, they'll be in the top position. It is not like that. If they teach the youngsters, only then they'll be in good position. I've seen some people, and there are a lot of good people. They are really working on they want to spread the knowledge, and whatever they learned, they are spreading that. That should be the quality of a marine biologist. Yes, I think.
Yes. And what's your advice to the students aspiring to become a marine biologist?
Same thing, if they are really totally interested, it is not just for the name. Like if they are totally interested and they are passionate towards marine biology, they should they should know what are the difficulties and what are the things they have to sacrifice, and what are this is for totally all almost all researchers. If you're into the field, like we have to sacrifice many things what our friends are doing, like spending time in the pubs and bars. We cannot do that. Once we go to the field or any island, there are some a lot of restriction, food restrictions and thing. So after knowing this, they can become a marine biologist. But once you go into the field, it will be marine biology is underwater is a heaven. It's a different world. Everyone should see that. It is totally different what we see in the terrestrial. Yeah, whenever we go into the sea, will be seeing new thing, a new animal, and it will be fascinating. That is what we experience in our day-to-day life. So the field, my advice for the youngsters is learn more and work on the sustainable development. Many people are working on drug. Real concern is, my worry is the marine organism will be exploited more in future for the drug discovery. So what are the alternate? That is the main reason many people are not working on drugs. The conservationists, they don't encourage drug discovery. If we have other option, culturing of the organisms, or then we can go for drug discovery or synthesis of the drug, then we can go for that. Otherwise simply harvesting and depleting the stock, it is not good, advisable. So if they're really interested, they can be a marine biologist, and it is really a good field. They can have a good experience.
And yeah, the last question: how long does it take to become a marine biologist? Training would someone need?
Okay, how long? Again, it is based on your interest. See, after your graduation, again during your masters, it is depend on how you are exposed to the field. uh, this is something during your masters, how you are interacting with the people and how you are doing your research, and how often you're going to the field, that is depend. And After that, then your PhD. Normally this MSc is for 2 years and PhD is for like 3 to 5 years. That is depend on your work. Maximum of 8 years, and most of the people they'll complete within 5 years. And again, you can be a marine biologist. But my advice is, marine biologists are not the people who like simply got the degree and the marine biology degree, and they are not doing anything on the on the conservation of marine biology. They should be full hearted and they should work on the conservation protecting of marine organisms and marine ecosystems, and capacity building for the stakeholders who are working on this marine biology field. That is really important. So it will hardly take like 7 to 8 years to become a marine biologist, and the dedication should be there. Hardcore dedication should be there. That is the main thing for a marine biologist.
Sir, it was a really great time. We learned a lot from you, right from what is marine biology to the researches that you have did. So it's really helpful, sir. Like, sir, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Shakti. Work on it. So whenever you're going to the beach or anything, people, everyone really fascinated about the seashells and sea animal, those things. So my advice is, don't pick those seashells and all. Don't buy any seashell organism, because seashell is the main, like one of the main thing that plays very important role in the calcium formation of the sea, and that those calcium will be utilized by other organisms like coral and sea urchin and other shells and all. And one more thing is the quality of the beach is calculated based on the how white is the beach. So white color of the beach is given by the calcium. Though so these calciums and all, the shells or dead shells or coral, after they are smoothing, they'll become a part of the sand, and they increase the value of the this thing like beach. And shells are like, once the shells are dead, they are home to other organisms like hermit crab and other organisms. So like whenever you're going to the field, keep a check, like don't pick anything from the marine organism, marine field, beach or any mangrove place, and don't try to catch any animal or any organisms, because they have a very important role in their in marine environment. So they are doing their work. If you want to go and see, means they just have a look and come back. Don't disturb them at any time, like a marine either it can be marine plant or marine animal. So that is my advice for the youngsters. Okay. Okay, anyway, thank you for this opportunity, Shakti, and all the best for your and this thing, your book.
Thank you so much, sir.